Hello, Angela. Alright, I'm going to give it a little while. Just have to do all my washing. Yeah, I've done my washing today. Changed the pillowcase because my sister was complaining that it looked too manky. Still complaining about the wall, but I can't do nothing about the wall because I'm allergic to paint. Well, asthmatic to the paint anyway. So I try to hide that so people can't keep moaning and bitching. Hello, Nigel. How's it going, Nigel? Now, is that the proper Speedy Nigel? Because I can't see you on the, what's the name? I can't see you on chat. YouTube chat. Why can't I see you on YouTube chat? That's weird. Look, hang a minute. Share screen. Right. I can see you there. Right. See you there. I can't see you there. I got an invisible Nigel. I can see you on the StreamYard, but I can't see you on here. Nigel, what have you been doing? Tut, tut, tut. Oh, I don't know. Nigel's hiding from everyone. You don't want to be seen. You don't want to be spotted. He's there. I can see him on StreamYard. I think he needs to go onto his other account. Yeah, go on your other account so people can see you, Nigel. Because no one can see you. Hello. That's better. That's better. At least I don't have to keep flicking through the bloody StreamYard to Speedy Nigel. How fast are you, Nigel? How fast are you? Come on, tell me. How real fast are you? Why can I only get 720p on this crap? Alright, gonna give it a few minutes before I start. 2 topics tonight. One about the cost of living, not just food prices. And then later, we'll talk about, would you take stuff from cemeteries? So we'll give it a few minutes, see what happens, if anyone comes in or not. If not, well, I'll just start. That's better. We can see. Right, Ian. See, there's 1, 2, 3 people on here, and there's 3 watching. So I know YouTube is messed up anyway. There could be more than 3 watching. I don't know. Well, that's going to be the second topic, because the third one's going to be about the food cost. Now, I've got to be careful on what I say, right? Because I don't want my thing getting flagged. But what pees me off, right, is the G, the big G, screws everything up for us, and tries to amend things by giving us a little bit of an uplift. But then after the year, or is it a year and a half, they decide to take the uplift away, don't they? Just as all the prices are going up. And they are going up, fuel costs is going up, petrol costs is going up, electricity is going up. I don't know about rent at the moment, but I think some people are having increasing their rent. General cost of living is getting a bit more expensive, and people don't have the money to go out and buy that kind of stuff. Now, I went out and done a bit of shopping today, yeah. I'll go and get 2 items, but I'm not going to leave it out because otherwise, I'll forget about it and it started going a bit smelly, and I want to go and get 2 packets of meat, right? Right, I've got something behind my back, which I'll show you in a minute. But these are chicken portions, right? Went to the pound shop and I bought 2 of these at £2 each, and you get about 3 or 4 drumsticks, and like the small little offcut rib bits, which is pretty good, I think, because I do like the chicken. I bought 2 of these today, being £4, and I've already eaten half a packet instead of like cooking something else. So really, I'm going to kind of do a deal of a day and or deal of the week and a crap price of the week. So Poundland, Poundland never is a Poundland anymore. It's like the Poundland shop is multiple prices, kind of thing. You can buy clothes in there for different prices, like you can buy tools in there for different amount of prices. Christmas cards and Christmas stuff are all different prices. Halloween stuff is all different prices. But this is pretty good for £2, I reckon. I've had these a couple of times. I really do like them. You can stick them in the microwave for 5 minutes, and they're really nice and hot. They're already pre-cooked. You can eat them cold if you want to, but I don't like eating cold chicken, so I'd rather heat them up. So I think these are pretty good. But in Lidl's, last time I saw these were like $2.99. Same kind of chicken stuff here, but I didn't have the ribs. It was all kind of like drumsticks. Now I'm not really keen on drumsticks, but for that price, I would suffer and I would eat them. So I would say that these are a deal of a day. Now, I always like pork belly meat, or pork chops or something like that, but you can't buy that in Poundland. I had to go to Lidl's. Now this used to be $2.49. So pork belly slices, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 or 7 bits. It depends on how thick the pork belly is. These have actually gone up to $2.99. That's 50p, around about 50p. Inflation. What am I trying to say? Like, those used to be like $2.50, but now £3. So they have gone up, and I have noticed a lot of their products have gone up in price. Now, you normally get those little kind of like cartons of butter, which is like about £1 or £1.50. But in Poundland, I could not, I was going to have to buy butter anyway, yeah. I definitely need butter for my bread. No, you can't really eat bread without butter. And I normally buy at, not that Anchor one, it's the, just a little buttery kind of thing, or something similar to it. I don't like Marge, but I was looking, and where I got the chicken from, I saw this tub of Marge, and it's £1.25. And I'm not going to argue with the size of this. I'll tell you, my eye just popped out, and I thought, yeah, that is going to last me a lot longer than the smaller tubs, like the ones that are about that big. This one, $1.25. Look at the size of that beast. That is going to last me for a while. The only thing is, you got to check on the date. expires 27th of March. That's going to last me. No, that's definitely going to last me. So you want a huge buttery, kind of like butter, go to the Poundland and you get these for $1.25. Now, if I was eating a lot of butter, which I don't do, I would have bought two of them. But because I don't eat that much bread, and I am starting to eat bread a bit more, I thought because I do like having a bit of a butty sandwich, like a salad sandwich or something like that. Or like tomorrow I'll probably have like an egg and bacon sandwich or something, nice little bit of grease up, kind of thing. Might stick a few fried tomatoes in. I don't know yet. But that's what I'm going to probably have for tomorrow. For either, I don't eat breakfast. That's the only problem. I really don't eat breakfast. I normally only have one meal a day, to be honest with you, because I can't afford 2 meals a day. And I'm being honest. So like whatever I eat during the daytime, whether it being like a sandwich and a bag of crisps, or half a packet of these, and some crisp and cheese or something like that later on in the evening, I'll get a big package. Or depending on how long these have been in the fridge, if they've been in there a bit longer than I expected and I've not cooked them beforehand. So sometimes I don't cook these on the day, but they can be okay for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days after expiry date, as long as they're still sealed. And when I do open, I'll give them just to make sure they're not kind of like smelly, like my feet. No, but I'll do have a whiff if I've kind of like gone past the sell-by date. And if they're okay, then I'll, it's like 2 or 3 days after the sell-by date, I'll cook the whole lot and, eat the whole lot with a portion of those like microwavable packs of rice I get from Lidl's. So the other day I did have a whole packet of these, which I fried up, a packet of rice, and I cooked half a packet of like mushrooms as well. So let's get these back in the fridge quickly. I've got a ponds in my left hand still playing up, cramping up, and I can't grip things properly, and I just went and dropped the butter on the bloody floor. Lucky it didn't pop open and fly everywhere. So yeah, so I'm not one who can afford to have like 2 decent meals each week or each day, I should say. So like I'll have like, if I was going to have pork tomorrow, I'll have half the pork, rice, and mushrooms, right? And I always herb my pork, chronically, so much herbs on them. And then like I'll have something different the next day. Then I'll finish off the pork a couple of days later, because once you've opened the pork, you need to really like get them, cook them, before they start going a bit weird. When I was with my ex-wife, for instance, we used to buy a lot of pork and chicken, and sometimes we realised that we weren't cooking that meat on this actual sell-by date. We was leaving it for 2 or 3, even 4 days after, but it still was okay to cook. As long as it's all sealed and like the wrapping hasn't been torn open or gouged in any way. So I think like cooking pork or even chicken after the sell-by date or the expiry date is okay for like an extra 2 or 3 days, as long as it's not kind of open, as I say. Sandwiches, I've only started eating sandwiches a little bit more, especially salad sandwiches, because like I wasn't really keen on eating a lot of bread, and I always used to like buy bread and like only have like 2 or 3 slices and put it back in the cupboard, and I forget about it. And when I go to get a piece of bread, there's mold on it, so like I've had to like throw a lot of bread away in the past. I mean a lot of bread, But now I'm trying to make sure that I lick the bread before, the expiry date. I used to buy like the small loaves, but now I'm buying like the bigger, thick crust loaf, which is like 99p. And it's quite nice bread actually. Sometimes if I ain't got butter and I'm feeling a little bit peckish, I'll just go and grab a couple of slices and just eat them bare, kind of thing. But I've noticed that, the cost of living, is going up. Especially food is going up in price. Some of it is kind of still leveled off. You can still get certain foods at the same price, but I've noticed that prices are going up. Even if it's like 10, 20p, it's still going up. Kind of thing. And you got to consider about trying to save those pennies. Kind of thing. So, hello, Sarah Bowen. Hello, my darling Jessica. With the kids and Sarah James. Yeah, I'm using it now. It's not that brilliant, but it's better than my old piece of shit. Cost me, how much did it cost me? 270. Still got to pay off a bit to that person who lent me the money. I owe him like 115 now, I think. Yeah, so I didn't pay it all myself. Someone actually lent me some money so I can get it. But yeah, even computers have gone up in price as well, because I know that, you used to be able to get i5s for like, a lot less than they are now, kind of thing, and being nearly like, £270 I had to pay for my one. It's only an i5 second generation, and I think the i5's up to like 15 generation or something now. I know the i7s have gone up further. So they're still selling old PCs for near enough like an updated processor price PC. And you wait till Christmas time. God, Christmas time, they're going to be making a mint selling computers to people, especially laptops and tablets and mobile phones, because they know that they want to like buy their kids, their loved ones, their aunts and uncles and all that kind of stuff, the next piece of new equipment. Like, you could get a new mobile phone. Like, I don't know what iPhones are up to now. I think it's iPhone 10 or 12. Let's say if it's iPhone 12 yet. No, iPhone 13 I think it's now, isn't it? I'm not sure, but iPhone 14. How many people are going to want a new iPhone 14? And look at the price of them, man. Look at the bloody prices. You're talking hundreds and hundreds just for a fucking phone. Jeez, I've always gone with the cheapest of the cheapest, even with clothes and shoes, socks, underwear. I can't afford to go out and buy like a pair of trainers, like what's that called, Adidas or whatever, those kind of things, or for like over £100. I can't do that. I have to buy a pair of trainers for about 12 quid, and I don't know why. Certain things are so bloody expensive. So I've always found that sometimes the cheapest work or last longer than some of the top band stuff. I know like people like to spend out money because they've got the money and they like to show off the brand. They're not getting sponsored or anything though, but I think it's because they've got the goddamn money in their pocket, kind of thing, and that they're able and willing to pay that much money. But when you're on a very low income like I am, you can't afford to do that. Even with shopping, I can't afford to go out and spend a lot of shopping, which sucks really. I like to have at least 2 meals a day. I can't though. I have one meal and maybe a snack later on in the night time. I'll get hungry, like a chocolate bar or a bag of crisps or cheese and crackers or something like that, kind of thing. That's all I can afford to have because the prices keep going up all the time. Yeah, I can understand that, Sarah. Yeah. it's a joke, you know, kind of thing. You know, the cost of living nowadays. You know, if you want something, you got to like spend out, you know, so much money for something, you know, kind of thing. Like I would have liked to have got a better computer than the one I've got, but you know, this was £270, and I can show you like the one I bought, and I couldn't afford it. You know, my other one was like really lagging, you know, really crap, and even my streams were lagging at like left, right, and centre. So you know, I was talking to someone, and you know, he knew that I was like in need for one. So you know, he offered to help me out, but as a loan. So I've got to like paying back. Let's see where it is. Yeah, I'm okay with it. You know, the computer at the moment. You know, it's not fast. You know, it does still lag out time to time. You know, this is the one I got. It says fast quad core i5. Well, it ain't that fast because when I'm like, you know, doing a few tasks, it does lag the little computer out a little bit. You know, your mouse console's going like that. You know, very slow because it's kind of like running this processors really like to the max, and when it's running to the max, it kind of like so like you know, it's like having your mouse like it is now. When you're doing a few extra tasks, you know, when you're doing like some system cleanups and you know to get that system running a bit quicker, and you're streaming and you're like, you know, got 2 or 3 taskbars open, your mouse console's going like that because the processors are being maxed out and it doesn't have enough for it to like, you know, keep running as it is kind of thing, you know. But that's it anyway. Yeah, I did really want to get like a gaming one as well, you know, kind of thing, because like I do like having a bit of a game. Now I did do a video the other day, right? The company lied to me. I wanted a computer where I could play my survival because I do enjoy playing my survival. And I said to him, look, you know, with this work, you know, I've got a GTX 660. If I put it in, will that work? He goes, well, you can put it in, but you'll need a bigger, not a processor, you'll need a bigger power supply. Possibly like, you know, 550, 650, something like that to run the graphic card. So I said, so it won't work at all? He goes, no, it's just like run these kind of like games, you know, kind of thing. Fortnite and whatever, and I don't play Fortnite. I think it's a boring game. Lego World or whatever, you know, they're just boring games to me. They're like more kiddie programs and everything else. So, you know, if I had the money at the time, I wouldn't make and not have paid that, you know, because on it said down here now, say £54, right? Now, when I clicked on it the other day, well, last week, it had the a code there which you put in your basket, you know, on cash out. It would have saved me £40. So now look, you know, it would have saved me £54 if I hadn't got it before then, and like, you know, could have got it for Black Friday, and like, you know, it does what I need it to do at the moment. But I did install Steam, and I downloaded the my survival, and I was on like 158 or whatever it was, yeah. But I bought the new beta version out, and installing a new beta version would wipe out, you know, my survival 0.41. So you would have to start it again. So I thought, you know, I'll take the chance. If it works, it works. If it don't work, it don't work. Well, love me hold, I've got the game working, but on the very low settings, but it works. So I've been playing with survival on and off during the daytime, or, you know, a few hours at night. So the company did say, like, you know, it won't work, but it will work some of the games at very low settings. And I mean low settings. I think I've got all my settings on like medium, like graphics and accelerating and all that kind of stuff. But you know, the price of computers nowadays are bloody expensive, man. You know, that's the second generation. processor, and I'm still asking £270 for a second generation i5. No, I've seen i7s going for like 350, but I don't know what generation that is. I don't even think it tells you what generation they are on some of them. Yeah, this one actually does say Intel Core i2 second generation, but I don't know what generations they've gone up to be honest with you. But even laptops, laptops are bloody expensive. Now, I wanted to try to get some money back so I could try to pay off this guy a bit quicker, yeah. I've got 3 Xbox 360s. Now, if you check on eBay, let me just go on eBay and see how much an Xbox 360 is, yeah. Now, with controller and possibly some games. Why is it not typing? It's like third time I type that. So, like, Xbox 360, £54, £71. Best offer, £39. Just the replacement console unit only £24. You got 2 bids on that one, 2 consoles, 20 gig and 120 gig. That's just the console only, So like, when you got something like this, £19 plus £15 postage ain't bad, I suppose. But if you got like a nice little setup like this one, £24. No, you're going to get bids on it, yeah, for instance. But if you want to put it as buy it now, you might have to put it down at a sensible price, like, this one here, 250 gig, £39. You got this one here, console, controller, and 14 games, right? And that's like 16 bids on now at £46. Now, the reason I'm showing you this year, because I was hoping that if I took 3 consoles up, 3 working consoles, which I believe have got all 120 gig hard drives in, and they're all working consoles, yeah, I would get, at least 20, 25 quid each for them from CEX, the second-hand electronic, mostly game console dealer. So as I had to go up to Streatham to get some shopping, I went into CEX, and I tell you, there was only like 2 people being served, and like I stood there for about 15 minutes waiting. One woman's getting her phone sorted out, another one was either buying a bunch of games or selling a bunch of games, and I mean a bunch, probably about 50 odd games. So when I got there, I just said, I just want to ask a question. I know you buy consoles, but how much are you buying them for? I said, I've got 2 consoles, maybe 3, and I think they got 120 gig hard drives in, yeah? You know what price he told me? He goes, well, it doesn't matter about the hard drive, because the hard drives only cut the quid, kind of thing. The consoles has to have a controller, 11 quid. £11 for a fucking console. I thought, no, because when I went in a few weeks ago, yeah, I had a quick nose, and they was doing an Xbox 360 console with a 120 gig hard drive and a controller. Guess how much? 80 odd quid. Now, I know companies have to buy stuff and make, a little bit on top, kind of thing, but 80 odd quid for a console just like the ones I've got. He said to me, well, what one you got? I said, well, most of the white ones. I've got a black one. He goes, well, if you sold that one, you might get a couple of quid extra because it, being a black one. But the white ones, 11, 12 quid each. Got to have a controller. The hard drives, we're not worried about the hard drives because we usually take them out and sell them separately, which is bullshit. I know it's bullshit. But 80 odd quid they're selling them for, and they're offering you like 12, maybe 14 quid with a 120 gig hard drive in it, and a controller, and the cables, and a power supply. I kind of went, all right, I just kind of like walked out in disgust. I'll tell you, man, I could probably get more than that by selling it on eBay with like half dozen games for about 40, 50 quid probably. So no, I ain't going to fucking sell them to CEX, bollocks to that. Even the other gaming concert, the gaming shop down the road, which I couldn't be bothered to walk down because it was raining, I would have gone down and asked them, but they would probably offered the same amount. They're only doing that because, people need the money at the moment, and they probably take the lowest price, because it's going to to them in one way, I suppose. Well, hang on, I hold on to it and see the price gets better, which some people would do, but when you want to get rid of it because you need money, you'll take any price, won't you? I won't. Fuck that. I paid more than that on some in-game consoles myself. I ain't going to keep taking loss no bloody way. All right, catch you later, Jess. Love you. But, even their laptops is bleeding expensive in there. I looked on the CEX website the other week because I was looking at, if my computer had popped on me and I had to, dig out the old one, which was slow as hell, I reckon, put my other PC next to a Snell and had them in a race, the Snell would probably beat the old PC, Not the one that wasn't popped, the other one that I dug out and got working for a day or two, but it was running so sluggish. I reckon the Snell would have beat that, I'll tell you, man. That's why I needed to buy a new one. And I say I did get a little bit of help from a friend of mine, but, it's not like a real friend, like I've met and all that, but, he's helpful and, I do have to pay him back X amount per month. Without interest, thankfully, but I still got to pay him back. So I still owe him 120 quid at the moment. So it's 10, 15 quid a month. As long as I don't kind of not do it, I promised him I would do it. I won't let the person down because I don't want to be falling out of him and him coming on and slagging me off, saying I'm an arsehole and all that kind of shit. Well, I'm an arsehole, but I don't really shit. But yeah, if it weren't for him, I'd have probably still been using that really old crappy one, the A5 or whatever it was, AMD slow as hell PC, and my stream would be going like it sometimes does it anyway, but nobody knows. I really don't know what I'm talking about half the time anyway, but I don't give a shit. I talk about any shit nowadays. But, like I say, if my other computer didn't go pop, and which was weird because I was playing, my Survival, just downloaded the new beta version, and I played it for an hour. I stopped it for a while. Then I turned it back on to the game, and I started playing it a second time, getting into it, and suddenly the computer just went, shut down. I thought it's like a manual reset or something, like a driver install, and that sometimes that does happen. I can do it, you're doing something, and suddenly Windows will just do an automatic restart to install driver updates. That's what I thought it was, but after it shut down, it started to look like it was going to boot up, but within 5 seconds, it just shut off again. Then I tried turning it on again, and all I could see was a little blue flash on the power button. So I thought it might be the power cable sticking out from the mains plug or something. So I made sure all that was plugged in. Still weren't that. So I changed the power cable over, and it still like gave me a split second of a flash on the power button. So then I got the vacuum cleaner out. I sucked all the dirt and whatever I could find in there that might be clogging up the processor or the fan or something like that kind of thing. Put it back together, turned it on, still nothing. So that computer died on me, but I had that one for 3 years, and that was the one that Bev Bavian actually helped me to buy. So 3 years ain't too bad, I suppose. But I would have liked it, keep running a bit better. I think some of the old bloody computers run a lot smoother and better than these new ones nowadays. Like, there's a 486 I had, right? Now, I didn't use it that much. I used it just like, do backing up sometimes, yeah. And I think I still got it, and it still bloody works. The crappy 486, PC with like, I think it was Windows 98 or something, or XP in it. And it still works, but I can't get on the internet with it. And even if I could get on the internet, it'd be worse than the one that, I kind of got working, was kind of like really sluggish and slow. So that's buried in the cupboard somewhere. I don't know where the hell it is actually, but the other one which I was using before I got this one, the crappy one, that's in the cupboard now. I ain't gonna dig that out. The only time I probably dig that out is if I need the hard drives to like start copying stuff over to these ones, but I don't have the proper equipment to connect them. I've got like caddies with hard drives in, but I don't know where the power supplies are. So I've got to try to find a power cable to work it, or if not, I've got to buy a power cable which has those multi connectors and stuff like that, and adjustable power. So I do need to get one of those, so I can start trying to find out what's on there. But I've got me Levano, or is it Levano or Levino, or whatever it's called, laptop. But that. I don't even know what processor's in there, to be honest with you, and that is really slow. I think it originally had Windows 10 on, and I didn't like Windows 10, so I took it off and put Windows 8.1 Pro on. Because Windows 10, when they first brought that out, there were so many bugs, and the updates that brought out was giving so many problems to computers. So I thought, nah, sorry, kind of thing, and I didn't really bother with it anymore. It's under the table, kind of thing, just sitting there. I did turn it on the other night, and that took like nearly 10 minutes to get onto the login screen and for everything to appear on the actual screen itself. 10 minutes. So all what I'd done was that I had a quick look to see if I had a partition drive in there to see if there's anything backed up on it. I think I checked to see if the Xbox Connect still worked on it, and because it was so slow, I thought, now sorry, and I just like turned it off and stuck it back on the table. But the cost of living is going up all the time, now Christmas is coming, you're going to see price increases. You probably get some stuff before, the end of the week, Black Friday. You might get a bargain there and there, but you wait till Christmas time, it's going to be up. And then when they say, this is what pissed me off last year, right? I went in a shop to look at a jacket, right? I think it was Primark's a couple of years ago. They had a nice jacket in here. They wanted like $29.99 for it. So I thought, well, I'll wait until the sales. I'll go back in and probably get it half price or something, kind of thing like that, right? And I remember it's $29.99. Just after Christmas, when the January sales came in, I went back in there and looked. It wasn't $29.99 anymore. It's $39.99. So how can that be a sale they've increased the bloody jacket by £10. That wasn't a sale. And like, I kind of just fucking walked out. I thought, this is bullshit. They're putting prices up and not taking the prices down. You know, fucking ridiculous. I think what they do is because, like, you know, Black Friday when comes around and they do sell stuff, you know, off cheap kind of thing, you know, they've got to make their money back on other, you know, products. So that's where, right, okay, let's stick the price back up on these, you know, kind of thing. You know, we sold like £500,000 worth of product at a loss. Now we've got to bring that loss back by adding that loss to, like, you know, the stuff what we still got and like bumping the price up. That's how I see they do it. That's the only way they are getting their money back, aren't they? But yeah, it sucks that, you know, prices keep going up and up and up. And, you know, people like us, you know, with mental health issues and, you know, unemployed. You know, people have always turned around and said, oh, you scum fucking bastard, you know, because you're unemployed and you're claiming off the benefit. Well, they don't realise how many years I worked. I worked a lot of years and I'm entitled to some of that money back, you know, because I paid my taxes and contributions and stuff like that. I don't think I've even probably had half what I paid in. And the problem is with people with mental health issues and, you know, medical issues, there's certain jobs we can't do. Because, like, let's say, oh, there's an opening for, you know, a machinist, you know, go and work in a factory. They ain't going to employ you because they'll be looking at your medical record. Oh, well, if you have fits, you know, and you're, like, you know, dizzy spells, because, like, chronic headaches and migraines and stuff like that. Sorry, I don't think you're going to be fit enough for this job. And you ain't going to be fit enough for that job. So they're going to give it to someone else who is fit. So they could have like 100,000 jobs out there, but how many jobs are going to be given to those who have mental health issues and medical issues? And they're still doing it. They're still doing it where they're giving decent jobs to the teenagers because they know that the teenagers will work for half of what an adult would be fucking paid for. Oh, yes, I know that for a fact. Still, anyway, that's the first part of the topic. Now, the second part of the topic is if you're a paranormal investigator, yeah, and you go and do an investigation at a cemetery, would you take anything from that cemetery back home with you? Now, I'm going to be honest, I've only ever done it once. Now, the cemetery around there, I wanted some of those like crystallized little stones. So they look quite cool. I took probably 2 or 3 little stones, but I actually gave back like a couple of my little crucifixes that I always leave. I always leave these little crucifixes at cemeteries when I go there as a token of respect. All right. So to me, I kind of class that as a trade. And I'm pretty sure, you know, the little crystal stones that I took from and trade them with crosses, you know, the spirit, the soul, the person that's buried there was going to be okay because I, you know, on their grave they had like, you know, hundreds and hundreds. I ain't going to miss 2 or 3 when I'm getting something back here. But would you actually take something from a cemetery? Some people have, some people haven't. Some people said they've taken stuff home. I'm not going to say who because I can't remember, but I have seen videos where people are taking stuff home, and you know, lucky enough they've not had any kind of like negativity or activity by bringing that stuff home. But some have. Some have actually like gone in there and taken stuff. Like, let's say there's a little bracelet or necklace or even a toy doll sitting there, yeah, and they think, oh, well, that's nice, you know, we'll take that, bring it home, so the activity increases. Some said they have, and some said they haven't. No, I don't think I'd do that myself, to be honest with you. But what I would do is I would try and communicate with spirit through the ghost box and ask if I can trade something. Because you're not really taking, you're not stealing, you're trading. It's like, you go to a second-hand store, which you can either buy and trade stuff instead of, like spend that money. That's what you're really doing, isn't it, really? You're trading. And I've only ever done that once with the little crystal stones. But I don't think I'd ever take anything from a cemetery. I've always given in the cemeteries. I've left toys in the cemetery, especially on children's headstones and stuff like that. I've always made my own little crucifix necklaces and stuck them around on headstones, just hanging there. And if I run out of those, I just leave like a little mini cross, and leave them on headstones. And I always do that as a token of goodwill, friendship, love and faith, I suppose, and for them not to follow me home and kick my ass. Now, cemeteries is a good place to try to get, communication through devices. Yeah, I've been to many cemeteries and I've got EVPs, I've got apparitions on digital photos, I've got a couple of things on video. So, cemetery is a pretty good place to go to. But there is a good point and a bad point being here. A couple of good points and a couple of bad points. One is that when you go there, you're supposed to go to the actual admin office and ask for permission to take photos or video. Because the one round the corner, to me, the big one, I went in there one day and I was videoing, and the groundsman came up to me and said, "You can't be doing that." I said, "Why not? I'm not out or anyone." He goes, "No, you can't be doing it." I said, "Why not?" He goes, "That's identity theft." I said, "That can be identity theft. The person's dead." He goes, "Yeah, I know, but the thing is, people will come to a headstone and take the details so they can change their name, and they'd be using someone else's name illegally. If you want a video, you got to go to the office and get permission. Because although you're not trespassing on, cemetery ground, you are actually stealing, which is a criminal offence. You're stealing that person's identity without permission, either from the family or through the cemetery, admin, the office. So all these people going out there doing all this stuff, in cemeteries, taking videos and actually showing the name on camera, apparently we're stealing people's identities. Now, there's a big cemetery over at Putney, near Putney Common. I went there one day and there's some really big famous names over there. I can't remember off by hand who they were, but there's some big famous names over there. And I went to the office and I said to her, I said, "Excuse me, love, is it okay if I take photos and video somebody, a cemetery?" She goes, "Yeah, no problem. No, we're okay with that." And she goes, "What's the reason for that anyway?" I just said, "Well, I'm interested, and I like walking around cemeteries." And I said, "I'll be honest, I'm a paranormal investigator, and I want to see if I can, make contact with any spirit, especially any well-known ones." She goes, "Well, if you walk up there, there's a row of headstones," and she told me 2 or 3 world-famous people that have been buried there. She goes, "Try to communicate with them. If you get anything, let us know." Well, I did go out there, and I was given permission to take videos, photos, EVPs, but I didn't really get much up there, so I didn't go back and tell her. So some cemeteries will actually give you permission to go up there and take videos, photos, do whatever you want to do. But some won't. They will class you as identity theft, and they could actually ring the police and get you arrested as well. Now, over at Merton, there's two cemeteries next to each other, big cemeteries here. And I've got this on video, on one of my old videos, 2013 I think it was. I went to this place, right, and I was walking around and I had a K2 meter in my hand. I was just doing that. And there wasn't hardly anyone around. So I'm carrying walking and there's like a shelter thing. It looked like it was going to rain, so I went into the shelter. And I had a K2 out, I had my Sandring Ghost box, I had another EMF meter out, I had a digital recorder out. And I was just standing there, doing a ghost box session. And all of a sudden, two coppers pulled up on push bikes. He goes, "Oi, hello, mate, what are you up to?" I said, "Oh, fucking, you got me an heart attack." He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Mate, really?" He goes, "Well, come on, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm just doing an EVP recording. I'm paranormal investigating. I'm just seeing if there's any spirits I can communicate with, to find out who they are, how they died, all that kind of stuff." He goes, "Oh, that's interesting. You got anything come through yet?" I said, "No, I've only just turned the ghost box on." He goes, "What's that then?" The ghost box says, "Well, it's just like a normal radio, just been modified to continuously scan without stopping at any radio station whatsoever. And what it's doing is breaking up the words and spirits that are meant to be known to use those broken up words and frequencies to communicate with us." And I just turned it on and he was kind of intrigued, kind of thing. He goes, "Well, let's listen, see if we get anything here." And we left it running for a few minutes, and we heard like a name. I can't remember the name. Let's say it was like Maria or something, And Maria came through, and I'm looking at this headstone, and I just said to the officer, "Did you hear her name?" He goes, "Maria." I said, "Yeah, I just heard that." I said, "Look behind you." And he looked, and there's a bloody headstone with a name called Maria on it. And he thought, "What the fuck?" He goes, "You know what? This is fascinating." He goes, "I'll be honest with you, I've had some crazy stuff happen to myself, I believe that I've seen something." And he's up, the other officer wasn't like really like tuned into it. He's just like thinking, when is this conversation between me and this officer going to like end? So he goes, "Well, anyway, all this is fascinating." He goes, "The reason why we come over to see is because like someone saw you with a device in your hand, right, and they didn't know what it was. So they called us, and as we was local, we kind of like had to come in and investigate it." He goes, "Looks like you ain't doing nothing wrong." He goes, "But the thing is, we'll have to go to the office and explain what you're doing. And if they want you to leave, stop doing what you're doing and leave, you'll have to leave." I said, "Yeah, fair enough." I said, "What, you want me to pack up?" He goes, No. He goes, "You carry on doing what you're doing." He goes, "We'll ride over there, we'll explain what you're doing, all right? And if they do want you to pack up and go, then we'll come and let you know." He goes, "Give us 10 minutes. We're not back in 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. Then you can carry on doing what you're doing." So I said, "All right, fair enough." So they got on their bikes, they rode over to the office, and 15 minutes in passed and they didn't return. So I thought, well, must be okay for me to be in there. So I should have went to the office first, and they might have said, yeah, kind of thing. But, sometimes those offices can be bloody, busy, taking details on, like information on people who's died and, giving out information on, like, where headstones are and stuff like that. Because my daughter, Jessica, contacted Dartford Cemetery to find out where my nan was buried. Now, I know she's buried in the same cemetery as my uncle and my cousin, and we did go there. Me and my two nephews went there a couple of times in the past, and we tried looking for my nan. We could never find her. But my daughter was lucky enough to find out exactly where my nan is, so I plan to go over there next year. I was going to go this year, but the weather's going to be really crappy this year, apparently, now, the rest of the year, between now and, early January. So I'm going to wait till New Year and then go over there and try to get my nephews to come over. And then go and visit my nan's grave, taking some flowers, and see if I can communicate with her. and also do a little ghost box session on my uncle and my cousins, because my uncle and cousins like buried on top of each other. But I've never ever really stolen anything. Traded, like, let's say, 3 little rocks for some, like, 3 little miniature crucifixes as a trade. But I don't think I'd ever go in there and steal something in hope that, bringing it back will give me, activity. Because if you're stealing something from a cemetery, that spirit could get really pissed off, and they could come back and, like, give you hell, I suppose, possibly. But that's in the cemetery. If I was going to go to, like, an old house, a derelict house, if I had to go to an old house or something to do an investigation, and it's derelict, and it's like, run down and falling apart, and I found something there, which I thought might kind of hold some form of energy attached to it, I might take something from there. But again, I'd want to leave something in return for, like, I say in one way, like, keeping peace to the spirit that may be there. It's not that, I want to bring it home and, like, see if I'm going to get any extra activity and, like, I'm going to, like, rock and roll my house and make, things flying around, like, because I've taken something. I kind of, like, be respectful to them as well. Like, when I go to a cemetery, I say, look, my name's Steve and I'm here, I'm paranormal investigator. I'm just coming here to speak to, any spirits that may be here. I do this in the house as well. So I'm here to talk, to any spirits that may want to be, able to communicate with me through certain devices I've got here. If you are able to communicate with me, then great. If you can't, then fair enough. To me, it's worth a try. If you've got something you want to say, you've got a message that you might want to pass on, or you just want to have a chat, kind of thing, then I'm here to, talk and listen to you. And I say, like, come in love and peace. I'm not here to get rid of you, because, like, it's your domain, it's your house, it's your headstone. And, I don't want you called, coming through and, like, threatening and causing me harm. So I'm not here to harm you. I can't harm you because you don't exist. I'm not being funny, not being nasty, but you don't exist. You may exist as an energy form, but you don't exist as a human being anymore because you've passed on. But we believe that, even though you've passed on, your spirit, your soul is still lingering, and sometimes you're able to communicate with us through, the devices that we use. So that's all what we're doing, is seeing if anyone's here who wants to, have a chat. Now, when I go to cemeteries, like, I might go to an old one, from, like, which someone might have been, buried there in, like, the late 1800s, early 1900s. And I just say, look, if anyone's here, if you want to talk to us, feel free to, because I kind of, like, feel saddened that, people, I know, like, it's probably 100 years old, but, you still got, generations of people, that, uncles and aunts and, relatives that have gone up the chain from the below the chain. So, like, it could be, like, someone's great uncle or great grand or something like that, yeah. And the headstone is just been, left there, and, no one goes and visits it anymore. And I feel like sometimes that, they feel that they've been forgotten, which they have, because no one's going there and, like, tending the headstone, the grave. So I kind of go there and I say, look, if there is anyone here, I don't know if you have anyone here, to talk to, or comes and talk to you. But if you would like to come through and communicate with me, that'd be great. If you're not here, then you're not here, kind of thing, So I kind of, like, do give my respect to, whatever place I go to. The only place I've ever taken something out from which I knew was going to be smashed down, was a rocking chair from across the road. And, you know, the place was open, the doors were smashed in at the back, and all, you know, there was homeless people living there, you know, some homeless guy who went out of work and then came home, which isn't his home, you know, he's like trespassing anyway, and, you know, leaving the lights on. But one day I went over there because I knew that the lights were on, and I thought, well, like, maybe, like, you know, someone has broken in, and, you know, the person who owns that house has been, you know, having to keep paying the bills for the electricity and stuff. So I've gone over there and I called out to see if anyone's in there. I couldn't hear no one. And I looked all through the rooms, turned all the lights off, and I went upstairs and there's a bed and it had a great big red stains on it. And I'm pretty sure they were blood stains. Because I came back downstairs and I noticed there was a rocking chair there. And I always wanted a rocking chair. So I thought, fucking, you know, it's going to be demolished. It's going to be burnt anyway. Because I'd already spoken to someone. They said, yeah, it's going to be demolished in the next couple of months. So I just pulled the rocking chair out and I put it in the garden. And I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll just take it now. And I did. And I brought it home. Got a couple of little bits of activity on it. But, you know, someone might say, well, you've stolen that. Well, no, I kind of like recycled it because it was going to be burnt. Because I think it's a couple of weeks later, got wooden boards in front of the house. And I noticed like there was diggers and stuff like that. And I called out and like one of the actual guys, you know, like who was in charge. I said, what's happening here? He goes, oh, we're knocking it all down. There's two, like, you know, little bungalows. Now, me and Aaron Hatchie did an investigation on that one. The one on that side was the one which had the rocking chair in. Now, the thing is, the kitchens were immaculate. They had, like, brand new cookers, microwaves, fridge freezers, and, like, all the rest of the houses, you know, inside of it was, like, shit, crap, rot. But the kitchens were, like, perfect in both houses, which didn't make sense. Now, when me and Aaron did the house next to it, we went over there during night time, and there's one room, and it stunk of urine. I don't know why. We went in there before, and it was okay. When we went around the other part of the house, you know, doing some EVPs and that, and we went back into that room, and suddenly you could smell the urine. It just came out like that, and I thought, my God, can't be sitting in here, you know. And we only done like about an hour in there. Let's say, like, a couple of weeks later, they're getting ripped down. I said, what's happening to all the furniture and that? He goes, well, you know, like electrics, you know, the fridge freezer, that'll be donated, but all the furniture is going over there on the bonfire. So I'm glad I took that out because otherwise it would have been on the bonfire. So, you know, I did recycle it in one way. I didn't really steal it. And I still got it. I've probably got about 15 dolls sitting on it at the moment. But if there was something in there, you know, like if I went to another like derelict house and there was something in there, would I take it? I don't know. If I was going to take something, then like, you know, I'd you know, kind of say like, you know, if there's anyone here, you know, spirit wise, you know, someone who might have died here, if these are your belongings, I hope you don't mind. You know, I wouldn't mind taking one or two items home, just to like, you know, make sure it's been kept and loved up and like, you know, placed in a good home kind of thing. Because I know like in time, you know, everything in here is going to be, you know, possibly like ripped down and burnt and, you know, thrown away in the trash or something. So I can't really see that there's anything bad in taking something out from a derelict, you know, run down house. Some people would probably think, well, that's wrong. But who hasn't taken something out from a fucking run down shitty old house, you know, kind of thing? Some people do, some people don't. And with the people who do it, I don't think they really do anything bad. You know, especially if they know it's going to be pulled down and burnt, you know, stuck on the bonfire or something. But that's how I see things, you know. Yeah, that's one thing I wouldn't do. I wouldn't take something out of a location and sell it to make profit. Now I have watched in the past a lot of these people goes into like old abandoned houses and like, you know, hotels and stuff like that, where people just packed up and gone. Some of them are just like left, and like, you know, there's one particular place they went to, a hotel, and there's still furniture in there. There's rooms there which still look like people to go in there and actually live in there because they, you know, it's so clean and tidy in some parts, but some parts were like all run down. Some parts were all smashed up. But they go in there just to like, you know, look around. They're not more kind of like ghost hunting kind of thing. They're more kind of like explorers, and they don't take anything. You know, they say they don't take anything, but they may say it on video. How do we know that they don't go back and take anything? And if they do take anything, what do they do with it? Do they keep it? Do they sell it? If I was to find a run-down place and it had some stuff in there, which I thought was going to definitely be thrown away in the trash or probably like thrown on a bonfire, if I could find somewhere, you know, if I thought I could take it home and like, you know, use it myself or just have it for a show, I would do. I wouldn't sell it for profit because that is nasty. That is like, you know, hateful and wrongful. Because what you're doing, if you're keeping it yourself, you're showing a little bit more of a love to it. You know, you're actually keeping it because you're interested in it, and it's kind of hard to explain that one actually, but I would sell it. No, I'd go in there. Let's say there's an old wall clock there, for instance, yeah, and I knew that, you know, eventually that place was going to be knocked down and, you know, smashed up and everything was going to be burnt. I just kind of open. I say, look, you know, there's any spirit people here, you know, that may be residing here. If there is or not, I don't know, but that clock on that wall, although it's not working, it's really nice. I'd like to take that with your permission and, you know, take it home, treasure it and try to get it working and to keep it and not to sell it on for profit. So I wouldn't do that. You know, that's one thing I wouldn't do is like take something and sell it. I couldn't do that. Never would do that. But take it home and use it or just have it there as a showpiece. At least it's not going in the, you know, in the ground. It's not going in the trash. It's not being burnt. Or if I could find, like, if I could find someone, like, you know, let's say I found an old, you know, Devil Castle, you know, I had a quick peek inside it and had some stuff in there which might be worth bringing home. I was trying to find out actually who owns the house. And I say, well, you know, like, I'm an urban explorer, you know, do you mind me going in there and having a look around? And if there's anything in there that you don't want, is there anything possible that I could take something home? Because I, you know, I treasure it and like I wouldn't sell it or anything like that. And you might get some people say, yeah, do what you want. No, because they ain't going to use it, are they? If they was going to use it and they wanted it, they would have took it ages ago. Family would have took it. So I don't think you really do anything wrong if you've got permission. And if you haven't got permission, as long as you're not selling it, that's the main thing. But anyway, like the two, I went into both those like cottages over there, and before they actually did get knocked down, honestly, well, I swear on this, I did do some little research on it. Yeah, you know, I don't know if you'll be able to find it now, but I typed in a postcode, yeah, and I looked under like, you know, like I can't remember how I'd done it, but I've like done criminal activities in location and put the postcode, would you believe, and I'm not bullshitting you, both those houses were known to have a lot of illegal things going on. There's drugs going on, there's prostitution going on, break-ins going on, robberies, and also there was murders in there. There was a murder. So I'm thinking, when I went in the house and saw a lot of blood, was that possibly like someone got murdered in there? Because it really did look like blood. It could have just been like red paint. I don't know. It didn't really take much of a good gander, kind of thing. But that rocking chair, was calling out. I knew if it wasn't going to be rescued, and that's all I'd done was rescued it, and I still got it, as you know, it would have been put on a bonfire. Because when they did start stripping it down, both of them, there's like an old kind of like hanging lantern outside, and I asked the guy if I could have that. He said, "Yeah, I'll take it down for you. Come back in a couple of days' time, and I'll let you have it." So I went back a couple of times and asked for the foreman, and the foreman came. I said, "Oh, you're a different foreman?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, the other guy, is he there?" He goes, "No, he's on another job." I said, "Oh, because I asked for the lantern was there." And he said, "He's going to take it down and keep it for me." He goes, "Well, didn't know anything about it, mate. If anything happened to it, it's on that bonfire over there. And I can't let you in for for safety reasons." Oh, fucking shit. And I saw like this big kind of like stained glass window. I said, "Well, is there any chance I can have that?" Well, that window, I said, "Yeah." He goes, "We might take a few minutes to get down." I said, "Well, I'll pay you something for it." He goes, "No, you don't have to do it." I said, "Look, if you can get it down for me in one piece, or, near enough in one piece, I'll give you some money so you can go and buy yourself some cups of coffee and some sandwiches." So I said, "Yeah, all right then." So he kind of like got the old tractor over, and he started like pulling down the actual roofing bit with the old helmet on, just to like get the stained glass down. Now, I did get it off him. I gave him a 10 for it, which he was happy about. Brought it home. But as I was bringing it home, it started like falling apart. So I left it in the bedroom for a while. And every time I moved it started falling apart all the time. So I thought, you know what, I'll do some sessions on it, which I did do. Didn't really get nothing off it anyway. So I started like taking like bits of the glass out and putting on one side. And that like a whole glass like that, came to the small bit, which was like a round kind of like stained glass with a few bits in it. And I didn't want it really keep getting like in the way and getting damaged. So I sold it, and I got my 10 quid back. But I still got little bits of stained glass windows on the balcony in the old fridge freezer out there. So I still got, some parts of it. But the main middle part, I was talking to someone and I was interested, and I said, "You know what, I'll sell it to you." I said, "Would you?" I said, "Yeah." So I had nowhere to put it really. I couldn't like, stick up on the wall. Couldn't frame it. Would have cost too much money to have it framed. So I sold it. Got my money back. Cheers, Ian. What one was that one? Ian's good at finding my stuff.
Steve. No, who's open?
Yeah, that's the second house. The one I got the rocking chair from was on the left. We did the one on the right. Now the one with the rocking chair in had the blood-stained bed mattress upstairs. And even though I went in there and got the rocking chair, I thought turning all the lights off would probably help the homeowner with the electric bill, because they're still paying electric, whoever owned it. I went back out that evening and all the lights were back on again. So there's definitely someone dossing down there when they weren't supposed to. But I didn't say anything and I didn't ring the old bill up because I thought, well, they're going to start asking questions. How do I know that there's someone dossing in there? So now I've got an item from each house though. One I paid for and one I didn't pay for. And I wouldn't sell that rocking chair. Even though I got it free, I won't sell it because it's a nice little rocking chair. And when I did bring that home, I did get some names coming through it on the ghost box and EVP. I've got a few orbs coming around here as well. The only thing I was hoping to see it happen was the chair to start rocking, but it never did. And I kept my eye on the CCTV on it, God knows how many nights. After getting it, didn't get no interaction with it rocking. Love to have had a haunted rocking chair and see it rocking. Right, so that's the haunted house one. What's the other one? I think the second one. Yeah, that's the same one, but full spectrum action cam video, I think it was. Might take a watch of those later, actually. But anyway, I'm going to go. I don't know why, I feel bloody tired already. Drink my coffee, sit and watch a couple of videos, and I'll probably might go to bed. Done what I mainly wanted to do today was go out and do some shopping. Might go out tomorrow up to the old bushcraft, depending on the weather. Saturday or Sunday, probably go up there. I still need to go up there and get my wildlife cam up there and let the landowner know that I won't be up there until the new year, so we can keep an eye on our camp, make sure no trespassers go in and smash it. Check to see the water condition, because last time I went up there, the bloody tarp inside hanging off the ceiling was that far hanging down, and God knows how many pints of water was in there, probably gallons of water, which I had to get out. Well, I had to try to redo that, which I did do. But how good it was, I don't know. There still could be water leaking and bulging down. So I'd still need to go and check that out as well. But I probably might have to redo that roof in the new year as well. But that's when we got longer days and a little bit more sunshine, I suppose. When it's longer days again, when it's not getting dark till 10 o'clock at night, 10, 11 o'clock, be spending some more nights over there, sleeping over again. Right, I'm going to go. I'm not doing any other stream tonight. I don't know about tomorrow or Sunday yet. I might try to do a CCTV stream. I'm still not going to do it overnight yet. I'll probably do a couple of hours with it on. I put some gear in the living room or the kitchen or somewhere and just have it running for a couple of hours. But I'll still be, on the new computer. Because when I've been going to bed, I've shut it down anyway. I'll have to leave it running one night and see if it shuts down on its own or not. If it does, it's probably a software update or something. Because I know when you do software update, sometimes it shuts it down and you've got to reboot it. Now on the old one, it used to start downloading, installing, and shutting it down and not turning back on. And then when you turn it on, you've got about a 20-minute wait for it to install the bloody updates. So I'm still checking and testing this computer at the moment, making sure it's working, everything okay. I can't even talk now, my phone's gone a bit weird. But anyway, if you do any kind of cemetery stuff, always show respect over there, try not to get into trouble, try to get permission before you go over there. I try to do that now. If there's no one around in the office or the office is shut and I can't find a groundsman, then I'll do it. but I will be asking in the future, being on the safe side. I can't see there's no harm in doing it, but some people in there, in different cemeteries, see it as like identity theft, which I think is fucking ridiculous. But yeah, and with old broken down, derelict houses, there ain't none around here that I know of, so that's going to be impossible for me to find any anyway. Right, catch you all later. Might be on tomorrow. Let's see. Good night, everyone. Have a good weekend. Catch you later. Right.